Now, I got some truly groundbreaking news that's going to send shockwaves through the WoW community. But I can bet my entire gold bank that you've already heard the news. But I wanted to make a video on it too, like everyone else already has before me. Brace yourselves, because Chris Metzen, yes, you heard me right, Chris Metzen is back in the driver's seat at Blizzard, and he's not here to play games. With Chris Metzen back in the saddle, the future of Warcraft is brighter than ever. The man who helped shape the very essence of the Warcraft universe is back in action. I don't know about you, but my hope for the franchise has just been reignited. Now, let's talk about the Shadowlands expansion. I mean, seriously, who can forget it? And not for the right reasons, unfortunately. The story was, well, let's just say, terribly written, and I left many of us scratching our heads in disbelief. This was an expansion which I did not enjoy playing at all, as not only was the story uninteresting, but the game in itself was so boring to play. This made me more or less lose hope in the franchise. But guess what? I'm not alone in this. The Warcraft community, yes, all of us, I hope, share the same sentiment. Bad decisions, bad storytelling, Shadowlands was a joke. Those are the common threads that united us in our disappointment. In the Dragonflight expansion, the story has been mostly woke. I think Blizzard is forcing themselves in that direction after all the scandals and drama they've gone through. I know many of you will not like me for saying this, but wokeness is not Warcraft. Can't we keep the real world problems out of the game, please? For me personally, WoW is a place to escape to when reality is too much. But when Blizzard tries too hard to please all of humankind, it gets too damned much. When I played through the campaign, there were so many things where I just face pumped and thought to myself, come on Blizzard, and left a big sigh. A really disappointed sigh. This constant fear for being cancelled, it has to end. I could make a whole other video about this topic, so I won't share any more thoughts on it in this video. I will make a video on it in the nearest future though, about how wokeness is ruining Warcraft. Why, you might ask? Because I have a really strong opinion on this topic, and I want it to be heard, because I really can't be the only one who has these thoughts. So please do subscribe to not miss that video in the future. It will be a very interesting video, I assure you, for all parties. But anyways, most of the story is rather cringe, being side quests, the main quests, or quests lines followed in the later patches as well. Like really cringe. I'm not saying all of it is bad. For example, the Incarnates bring war, and I'm loving it. The Primals trying to rid Azeroth of the Titan Stain and all its creations. But yeah, back on topic. So Chris Metzen is back as executive creative director for the Warcraft franchise. And what does that mean? It's basically a director who is in charge of directing and overseeing the creative projects for Warcraft. He will be the one giving green lights for the ideas. So in the upcoming expansion for World of Warcraft, which for your information is the 10th expansion for WoW, which I'm really excited and thinking it will be great. Anything put in that expansion which falls into the creative category is the work of Chris Metzen and his talented team, which ultimately means it should be a good reason for it to be put into the game. Chris Metzen is going to be managing the writing, graphics designers and content specialists teams. So this is very good news, as Warcraft seriously needs a strong and aspiring leader. Blizzard has been in a steady decline over the years, there's no denying in that, and a lot of their games are in the graveyard right now. Their flagship, Warcraft, was almost ready to be put down, but has been heading the right way, as Dragonflight is in a kind of positive light, but far from perfect. But Blizzard needs a leap in the right direction and not small baby steps for it to be saved. And that is, in my opinion, why they brought Chris Metzen back on board. They need someone like him to steer the ship, and honestly, getting one of the OGs from the good old Blizzard Entertainment can't be a better captain. Just remember, if the Warcraft ship sinks, so does Blizzard Entertainment. No doubt about it. Until Microsoft has purchased Blizzard, we can't get rid of the corporate stain that is Activision though. And I'm a huge Microsoft fan, and I strongly believe they'll put the right leaders in charge of Blizzard so that all of the games can be lifted up from the graveyard. Because if not, they will have wasted almost 70 billions on nothing. They would not be putting that kind of investment into something if they didn't think it was worth it. They see there is a potential. But for you wondering, who the heck is Chris Metzen? Well, he was hired by Blizzard Entertainment, which was known by then as Chaos Studios, in 1993, the same year I was born. He contributed on Warcraft 1, Orcs and Humans, and later on he got big roles in developing later games. Metzen had huge roles in Diablo, Warcraft and Starcraft universes, and is well known as the voice for multiple characters, especially Warchief Thrall. He also voiced other characters, for example the Orcs, the Son of Deathwing, Nefarian, the Fire Lord Ragnaros, the Alliance King Varian Wrynn, and the Troll Leader Vol'jin, and other characters in their other games. He was a very respected and skillful game designer, artist, author, and voice actor in Blizzard Entertainment, but in 2016 he announced his leave after nearly 23 years to focus on his personal life. But 7 years later he's back, and oh boy, I can't wait to see what he brings to the table. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this, and I'm very excited about it. One question remains. Will we see Warcraft 4 being developed anytime soon? And to be honest, it was a big mistake for Blizzard to rework Warcraft instead of using that time and resources on creating Warcraft 4. What a waste of potential. And it doesn't make it better that Warcraft Reforged was a total failure. But tell me, what are your thoughts on Chris Metzen returning? Please leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!